Them a killer, this is for you them. What for you say?
This ain't not a kush. No, not a kush. No, not a kush. Oh yeah, me I can feel them. What are they run me eye? We are the see me sister them. They die in the street. Oh, me I can feel them. We are the see me brother them in the streets. Yeah, some they link they not. Some lay down a guts at the sleep. Oh. So when I ask, they tell me say na kush. Nike pull roll and son of them food. They prefer for left the house, they gonna get so all day they push. Oh yeah, say not a kush. Me brother don't want before him time. Say not a kush. So we they use the old age man youngest. Say not a kush. Youths them just they die. Say not a kush. Sorry we say that's a cushion. Hey, push for die. Say that's a cushion. Papa government help we are. Say that's a cushion. Hey, push for die. Say that's a cushion. Hope for you to say, is it all? That's all we say. Say make we drive.
All right. Fumble them. Una do. Una Kargbo. Una good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending upon who you they join we from. We don't come with another episode of Salone Issues. Matilda Del Way. That make it get conflicting priority. So we decide for sit on in behalf. Because Mr. Jamboria himself, in a way, a shadow co-host. So on other use for CM na this program almost very regularly. So for me, this na me second week, and again, when I know say VOS need pay anybody, and we get commitment them aside from. Serving we country in we own little way through in, for example, the VOS. So fumble them, let we not go too far in terms of the plenty talk. Let we delve right into it. For the people that we join for the first time, my name na Abdul Karim Kargbo, I'm based na Canada, and I'm glad for joining us, and more importantly, I'm glad for joining the Agbagba. We I get na the studio we always include. Though I make I say we always they learn from this man gets a wealth of knowledge. We so thank you that it help we for understand Boku things them way some of we not understand, and for the fact say they share in knowledge with we for free. As a matter of fact, we need for be grateful for that. But that don't mean say we for accept or agree with everything we say, because this is not democracy, okay? So I can challenge it. But they are big on a challenger with respect. So let's bring this Agbagba what they talk about. Mr. Jamboria, how are you, sir? They tell Fumble they do for you.
We tell God thank you, sir. We tell God thank you for the summer, although some parts and then at the world were very hot. But we to win are not that hot, although we've been having very high temperatures in the last 2 days. Fambulem, una kushe, una audu. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever una day. We don't come back today for can lie una. So una challenge we. But we all lie, we bring evidence to for proof say that lie with a lie.
So Fumble them another year from the Agbagba. And before I share the numbers them way on for call, because again, VOS for everybody, we ask people and for let them be responsible in the sense that we no want for like it be about only APC and SLPP, let it be about mostly Sierra Leone. And that make dia a big. I can disagree with what they say. Absolutely, that's a fair game. But if somebody call for derail the program and they mischaracterize what they say just for like a derail the program, we're not going to accept that. and we go come very strong at that person day. And not to say I they discourage people and for calling, but I just want no more for we tailor, we comment them and everything towards the betterment of Salone, because again we know idle now because of one till we country go before make we the sit on here every week. So for let somebody come and we don't sacrifice with time, and that person they want for take we back to the team them we don't bring Salone up to this point where we go say Salone not see much of improvement we all want. So fumble them, we go talk about several issues them. But the main topic we want to talk about tonight, well, the title now say the Tirona they see say breaking, like breaking news, but it not be news again because it don't know the social media for a couple of days. But we decide because of where we come on now, we decide for talk about let we give we own take on that. So fumble them. The main topic say SLPP politician arrested for inciting war threats in Sierra Leone. So shocking revolution, like developments unfold. So we go look at the critical aspect of this news. We now go bring emotions. We go see them as we see them, and we go analyze them, and let una get a better understanding of within our own take. So fumble them. In addition to this topic, we're not the main topic, but we go talk about two other important topics as well. One of which we in self na something we I sure say boko of una go agree with, we say you go question waiting na the motive for this. So parentarily the president be suspended because of ACC be investigating in situation where they allege say it be engaged in corrupt practices and with get employment now as the HR person for the clerk, for the parliament, and ACC say, well, they don't investigate, yes, the woman is guilty of the accusation, but the Clerk of Parliament when parentarily according to the ACC, and then say, well, they not see anything way for warrant, then for go after parentarily. So again, briefly, this now the report or the media release where ACC be pulled with respect to parentarily say, I go just kind of where we come deep into it. I go read them, at least the first part. Let me get a better understanding of that case day, and let we talk about them. So the other thing where we go talk about, the other topic we go talk about, if really time permit, we fumble them. Now the topic about we don't see from, and again one for say boku tenki to Lamrana because they bring boku things them to light, and plenty of we rely on them for giving up to date information. So it's a circulate a video, a very short video, but this also put in tweet. It say the current deputy speaker we na Tawa Conte, and he happened to say himself na the chairman for the public finance committee, like the committee where they look into the country in finances and things like that. So it make a statement say the audit report a parliament document. So nobody we get for do with that report they like the one where they accuse or where they allege say they engage in irregularities, because now that way they then put them in another form of saying corruption. So they're not for go to ACC. ACC not get the mandate for call anybody we get connection with waiting then at the auditor report. So we want for talk about that, and Lamrana put them very clearly say This same SLPP party where they be there now opposition, APC try for take the same approach and say the ACC not supposed to forget any business for ask or investigate anything we related to the auditor general report. So, but now we they see waiting they oppose APC power. Now in they do. So I go want for let we talk about that and let we see if really then two political parties are where then they in opposition, they say something fine, but where then come now in power, they do exactly waiting they oppose. So Fambulem, we go ask the question if una feel say this kind of approach, that approach we go push the country go before. So waiting I go try for do though, because again the main topic, yes, we go deal with them extensively, but let we first talk about, let we go from the back, okay? Let we just talk quickly about that particular aspect there in terms of way Tawa Conte said the ACC not get any business for go into that report day. So, Mr. Jamboria sets the stage for we, and then we go play on just 1 minute, not a long video. Let people understand. Say yes, he come out directly from Tawa Conte, and then we will go to the Parantarawali and then the main topic. So sets the stage for we. Waiting you think of this, if I can say double standard, where there be the now opposition, then criticize the same approach, but now within they now as the ruling party, they do waiting exactly they be criticized. So make we able understand exactly waiting you make of this.
First and foremost, it is clear that there is deception involved. Why I say deception, what you think was not right yesterday can never be right today. If Tradeona been don't say everything for go to the anti-corruption, we're connected with auditing, then it has to be the same today. But on a more technical point of view, I believe say audit reports are not conclusive reports where go point at corruption. You are an economist, Mr. Kargbo. I believe say you understand what you are to say. An audit report, they point at discrepancies, except where the discrepancy has been proven to be a willful act. Now, the term you go determine them as an act of corruption. Like, for example, man travel, he claim per diem, he say go lodge in a hotel. The auditor general consults the hotel, he find out, say, that hotel lodging not been take place. That's a willful act. That can be classified as an attempt to engage in corrupt act. But generally, audit reports have to be discussed by Parliament. Then maybe Parliament will make recommendations based on the discussion as to which action should be taken further. And until such time, I know too affair with the Anti-Corruption Act, but I believe say where there is normal procedure observed and protocols observed, the Anti-Corruption Commissioner can only come in officially when there is a recommendation from Parliament, or when maybe after they don't call the Auditor General and some of the people that have been pointed out to have discrepancies, then find out, say, some of their acts then they now willful acts. Because if discrepancies for last year can be brought forward to this year, that means they directly accuse the person of being corrupt. You say there is a discrepancy, we want an explanation why this discrepancy take place. If the person refuses for explain, then you may have to take action, and that's where corruption comes in as a factor. In as much as Tawa may be right to some extent, but at the same time, this they tell we about we governance mechanism in Sierra Leone. It is not only when you are in power that something has to be right. We have to stop that. That's a gross misuse of ethical standards. If it was not right at your time, it has to be not right today. Ethical standards don't change. Maybe the application of processes may change with time, but the standards as they are don't change. You left this pendulum mentality in Sierra Leone. When you're in power, you are always right. When you are in opposition, every other thing done by those in power is always wrong. If we do that, like manifestation of a gross ignorance on we part. And people in authority not for sure that level of ignorance of being in control. Nations are not run by guesswork. A nation is like a business. A nation is a corporate business which has an article and memorandum of association that we call the Constitution. And that article and memorandum is clear about who should run what procedures and steps should be followed. People then left for use their opinions in running government. Otherwise, we not go ever go before a salon. Government forgets standards. And those standards should be based on ethics, not of people then emotions or opinion if we're based on. So in as much as we may say the anti-corruption cannot be over Parliament as the overall, how do you call it, oversight body of the land, but at the same time, if that same Parliament at one point in time they don't say anti-corruption for interfere in cases involving certain audit reports, then the same should be applicable today. Because one thing we know, precedences always become law. We don't set the precedence yesterday, so let it apply today.
All right, that's not interesting angle you take so. And Fambule we just sort of tease now, but now for get a proper understanding of what Mr. Jamboria just talk, let we listen to the Deputy Speaker, we na Honorable Tawa Conte. So let we listen to him. We insert the same, and then we go quickly read Lamrana Ba in tweet and let una get a better understanding for like una not go away and say, oh well, now Mr. Kargbo and Mr. Jamboria make them up. So let we hear directly from exactly. Let we hear directly from Tawa Conte.
There's no law that gives Anti-Corruption Commission the mandate to look at this report. Let them look at other things. Now, this is our report. And as Parliament, you can see now that we've taken it very, very seriously. We dedicate time for it, and the time we're dedicating for it, the hearings are public. It's not like going to the ACC and you'll be interviewed and all. They are doing a very good job, but this is the property of Parliament. Don't go to them, and I'm saying it, the media is there. This is not the property of ACC. It is a constitutional mandate given to us as Parliament. The Auditor General's office, they work for Parliament. That is why in the Constitution, there are only two sets of people or bodies that can give mandate to the audit service to carry out special audits. It is Mr. President and Parliament. So how far are we with this issue? Have we paid?
All right, Fambule Munado very clearly where he make him say the audit, and for let
God.
me misunderstand that's I will say it's a special request because the Constitution make them very clear. Section 119, subsection 6, say nobody nor for control the Auditor General. But however, they say it not stop the president for ask the Auditor General for investigate certain case. So that's not a special request we Tower County they refer to. So una no mix them up there, say, oh, where is say now the parliament and president no more for give the Auditor General assignment, special assignment. Let una no say, oh, but Mr. Kargbo, last week you talk say nobody, you show the constitution, say nobody don't get that right there for tell the Auditor General waiting for do. No, then they not to for tell the Auditor General waiting for do, but they can suggest, and it's still up to the Auditor General not for do. But if now in the public interest, it's supposed for do if the president or parliament say let them investigate, let them look at the books of particular government agency or any organization where government they fund. So, Mr. Jamboria, I know say we don't catch small, but now where you don't listen. But again, before I bring you in, let I just show Lamran a tweet. And again, I want for do on our attention to that part where it talk about the 2015. So it said in 2015, the then leader of government business, Honorable Ibrahim Bundu, was condemned by members of parliament of the then opposition Sierra Leone People's Party for making a similar pronouncement that the ACC should not or shouldn't open investigation into the Ebola Fund audit report. And the media and public should also not discuss the issue until it is debated by Parliament. So again, we all know say SLPP campaign on that Ebola fund. And we all see that video where an Escoma even say, I be tell them not for it Ebola money, but something like that. So the whistle blowing come off from the audit report. And now the reports the ACC go after him and all that. And even the government now, where they be the campaign, be go so heavily on that particular one day. So this not just for let people see waiting be happen in 2015, just like how you say. So I want for let you just kind of I know so you don't put a little bit, but dress some for we and let we move on to the other topic. Please.
Before I make me comment, I just want make an observation.
All right.
And I think we parliamentarians they need certain training. Because as public servants, when they make any speech or comment, it can or may be interpreted as a policy statement. The Auditor General does not work for Parliament. The Auditor General works for the people of Sierra Leone. The Auditor General is accountable and responsible to Parliament. But it does not work for Parliament. I want to make that observation and I hope Tawa will take that in good faith. This English you had for talk. So Lord be careful how they talk them.
And to your point, that shortcut we then they always try for fan because then they will be like a shortcut saying, well, Parliament represents the people. So by extension, audit service or the Auditor General, they work for Parliament. So, but that shortcut there, where clarify, it can be misleading. So, I agree with you
Yeah.
100%. Saying the way how you say 'em.
Parliament may represent the people, but
Yes.
Parliament is not the people. Just like we
Well,
get a company, the board of directors is mandated by the shareholders, but it is not the shareholders. You may have members in the board who are also shareholders. Now try for the get entire clear. Now then confusion here, they make people and they involve the ego per management. And management not get for be egoistic. It get for be on behalf of the institution. Sierra Leone is a business. It's a corporate business, public unlimited liability business, where every citizen is shareholder. So whatever is being discussed about Sierra Leone for put premium on the shareholders, the citizenry. Because even chapter 2 of the constitution is clear about that. Sovereignty belongs to the people. Some of them here, now then they lead we to bad governance. Because people think they have powers, and so that side does not matter. But coming to the issue, I think both Tawa and Lamrana, they make the point clear what they don't make before. The anti-corruption commissioner, in most cases, for operate within certain parameters and limits. Parliament should and must always be the overriding overseer of the oversight, the financial oversight of the country, get for the Parliament. Why for the Parliament? Because Parliament is elected by the people, representing the people. Except maybe what you will get now, we're not representing the people. Because when you have a block system that does not have a structure, then it's not representing the people, it's representing the political parties. And as far as me know, we political parties know they represent the people of Sierra Leone. Then they represent specific interests. You may have a membership of Sierra Leoneans, but they are not representing the people because our political parties don't have an ideology. They lack ideology, they lack structure, so they don't represent the people. As a matter of fact, it may be best described as a club where people go to get elected into power, not a political parties them will get. To therefore begin made entire clear because we wish now for see Sierra Leone change. But as Tawa rightly say, I believe say is on the correct path, only that the way we put them may not be too correct. The message can be correct when you put it correctly. It may not be correct if you put it wrongly. That's why communication is very important. And politicians, especially members of parliament, then therefore learn the art of communicating and public speaking. That's one thing I think we need in a salon right now. Because everybody does they talk like poly. We therefore try change that. When you're in a certain level, if you choose your words them. Like me, when they talk now, I go talk this way, but certain level, when you meet me, they talk differently. Because I know say I get for maintain the standard of that office or that level they were there. We need for the give their advice here to we politicians them. Tawa is correct in a way. And like I said before, issues connected with the audit report, where Parliament gets the mandate constitutionally for sit and discuss. The Anti-Corruption Commission cannot take action before Parliament is finished with the discussion. Otherwise, we are doing a parallel uh, um, accountability system. We're not good for we country in health. That's my own comment, sir.
And as something similar be happening again with the Commission of Inquiry, we ACC then say, well, then they complement the Commission of Inquiry, like we the evidence now the Commission of Inquiry then take the Commission of Inquiry they on, and then they pursue that. So and that also be undermine in my opinion, the Commission of Inquiry, because they left you an open Commission of Inquiry. So why you they go back and take evidence that the Commission of Inquiry and go after people them rather than you wait, allow the Commission of Inquiry for do their work, but you say, oh well, you did do them in parallel. So that kind of approach, it can be sometimes redundant, and it can even bring a little bit of confusion. Because if let's
Well,
say you
not
do,
only the confusion, Mr. Kargbo. Government has to have the trust of the people it governs. If they come with any kind processes and procedures, yeah, they undermine the integrity of anything way they do. Because when you have a commission of inquiry, they investigate. Then you take action. And what is the result of that action? Demanding that people pay back what you think they have taken, which I believe also is another wrong process. And you don't undermine the integrity of the whole issue of sounding any bell about corruption. It's corruption. And how do you control corruption? Follow the due processes. But if you come with a parallel process and they got on the ground, they go and say, let some people pay, then what is the use of the commission of inquiry? Wouldn't you use that process to get everybody to pay? Or do you want to favor certain people because you know they are in your good books? And the others, you leave them to be exposed by the commission of inquiry? I think so we don't reach the stage we shall forget a school of management for we politicians. They're really not sabi management. They're not sabi.
well, it can be that, or it can be a deliberate attempt
It is
for,
deliberate. It is
yeah,
deliberate.
for soften the impact on the people that we then get interesting. Saying, okay,
Yes.
well, Una involved, but I go look into Una case, and then I go make the public then also don't investigate Una. So that go soften the commission of inquiry, probably not even attempt go after Una again. So then they can be a way instead of probably lack of administrative knowledge. So it can go both ways, and it can
Yeah, but
necessarily
it's also lack of administrative knowledge. Because when they teach you administration and management, I think the emphasis is on your ability to maintain ethical standards.
yes.
If they bypass ethical standards, then you cannot say you have management capacity or abilities. Honestly,
That's
no
a very interesting.
management succeeds where ethical standards don't prevail. No management, nowhere on earth, Mr. Kargbo. You know what I'm talking about. You are in the world of management.
Absolutely, and again, a great point, because when you read both in fact theory and practices, plenty of the breakdown where they allow massive corruption, and then big financial institution and stuff, plenty time now that side the loophole they come out, that ethical standard, because of the person not maintain that standard day. And even though some rules then they way they're not right, so but they're not still governed and safe by that ethical standards, so then they capitalize on it. So you find out, say again, and I'm for go too technical for giving our examples then, but Boku fraudulent activities that don't happen at the financial institution, which we call the back end office. Now they can connive with the front end for create then havoc, then then big money where they thief. And with ethical standard, you're not supposed to do that. You now the back end for be the person where they monitor the front end. And if you connive with them, so not only defrauding the company, but ethically correct, because you suppose for oversee. It just like where Parliament they so like how Tower say. Then they oversee the report. So if the auditor connive with Parliament, and then as a result of that, Parliament overlook and stuff, so it breach ethical standard, and that threw the whole system into that distrust atmosphere. So again, I really agree with you. But what I want for
Well,
do,
you just don't point to the other side of the coin. Because the Auditor General Office will maintain ethical standards, we have to have a tribunal.
well, Salo, we can always get them backwards, right? So and again, before
Salona, a whole world in a different planet, not planet Earth.
indeed, before I go into, because then they for Giwi a right segue to the parentarally case. As so they say, Salon, we they get them backwards. But let I read the numbers them and open the phone line. So if people they want for touch on this, Auditor General versus the Parliament that within Tower contest say, let people then go call and give their own take on it. So fumble them for the people them way particularly within the line, the radio, the online radio, because so now they see what's in the screen. So I read for another number. If you they call from North America and a toll free number, you know get for pay. That be upon VOS. Now 1-866-944-7722. 1-866-944-7722. If you did in UK, the local number for call we now +44 20 80891455 +44 20 80891455. If you they call from Australia, the local number for each we now +61 29 09 84337 +61 29 09 84337. If you they call any other side, also including the side where I don't call, so we get what we call universal number, and make you always call our port number when are the WhatsApp number. You can able reach we any side where you they from any side outside you they call from, as long as you get internet or you get WhatsApp. The number now 1-343-997-5828. 1-343-997-5828. And if you want for also watch the program live, we get without going through computer or any other. Now you are watching on your phone, you know, for go through Facebook, YouTube, and as a matter of fact, very quickly, fumble them for Una, maybe they join we on X or Twitter. X don't. They don't come up with something for make more money. So now they say for let you broadcast live on X,
Okay.
you forget your premium account. So and the premium account now you get for pay for them. So for Una maybe they join we on X. Unfortunately, Una go notice say we need a broadcast because then start few days ago and they enact that a particular rule day. So and we now feel say because we now get plenty people them on X. So we see say we as a group they evaluate that and determine whether or not we for opt for the subscription, because we want for really continue for the broadcast live on Twitter or X. So for people somebody at one point don't say, oh, VOS numbers then so small now Facebook, but with the broadcast na boku platform them, so people they watch you on all them platform then they, and when I know say the salon population not that huge. So if one side on not see too many numbers them, and the reason will be because with the broadcast na boku platform them, precisely with the broadcast na about 8 different platforms them at the same time. So I want to let people realize that. So again, I just want for Brian come to una notice, but if una kingona we una just type in VOS television, we go encourage you now for una download that app there, and una cable listen to the radio. If you just click on the radio icon, you go able to hear we live right now. Or if you want for Siwi, you can click on the VOS TV and you go to see we live. And the TV also with a show other programs them from time to time. So fambul them again. I want for remind una say the phone lines they're open, una can call. And while we dey talk about this, so Mr. Jamboria, you just catch something where you talk about saying, well, me say would they get them backwards, but I forget how you put them. Let we come now to Parliamentary. And this is now the headline. So this man, now the clerk, or now be the clerk of Parliament. And in WEF, according to the ACC, maybe let I read them so people can go, even though not something we don't taste small, but for let people refresh. And even we self let we refresh with memories. We'll not go read the entire thing, but this now as of June 14th, ACC concludes investigation into corruption allegation against the Clerk of Parliament, Honorable Umar Parantarali, and wife, Mrs. Abibatu Parantarali. So they start by saying the public may recall that sometime in January 2024, the Anti-Corruption Commission ACC published a press release in which it indicated that it had commenced investigation into an allegation that the Clerk of Parliament, Honorable Umar Parantarali, had improperly employed his wife, Mrs. Abibatu Parantarali, and that the wife received salaries and other allowances from September 2021 to March 2023 without actual work or being entitled to it. Our investigation confirmed that. So this now waiting and confirm, according to the press release where the ACCB put up that particular time day, Miss Abibatu Parantarali benefited from salaries and other allowances in the capacity as human resource officer from September 2021 to March 2023, 19 months. So we then do the calculation. Then the second thing we then find out, Mrs. Tarali's net salary per month for the said period was 7,676 leons. The third thing we the investigation pull up or we they come up with, Mrs. Tarawali admitted to have been employed as a replacement staff sometime in November 2021, worked for only a few days and fell ill, which warranted her to travel out of the country for medical attention. Again, now that's the Ntewi. And the report will be to go out saying, not even ever woke. But ACC then say the investigation shows say the woman woke for few days. So meaning indeed the woman genuinely go through the employment process. Because if he woke for few days and he's sick, that means they recognize him. And the number 4 thing they come up with, according to the investigation, she received salaries and allowances for a period of 19 months in total, amounting to 176,422 leones. The sum of 156,422 leones received as salaries and allowances for the period Mrs. Tarawali is alleged to have worked has been recovered from her and paid into the ACC recovery account. And then, I will say I not go read all, but not too long. The conclusion is, concerning Honorable Umar P. Tarawali, the investigation established that while he denies, una pay attention now, while he denies playing any role in his wife's employment, it is implausible, una kind of underline that, it is implausible that he was not aware of same. He therefore failed in his supervisory responsibility as clerk, albeit, meaning although, that the matter did not meet the prosecutorial threshold for an indictment to be preferred. Honorable Umar Parantarali has therefore been referred to the President for appropriate administrative action. So, Mr. Jamboria, that word ACC, na make am back real, they not believe say because that implausible saying in another way, it's not possible for let that man not be aware of this thing, say in West, they work at that place there. And in West, they collect salary where it not be the work. So the ACC say it doubtful for let that man not be aware. So, but according to them, even where them believe say, it act for believe say the man not aware, but they still say they not get enough evidence for sure say that man engage in corrupt practice where them for bring them to book. But however, because according to them, it fail in a responsibility as the chief administrator of Parliament, so then take say it for be administrative issue, not a corruption issue, an administrative issue. So then send them go to the president and say, Pa, because this is an administrative issue, we they send them to you, even though we not believe say this man not know about waiting in WEF do, but we still they send them to you for let you take action. So before we come to the action where the president take, so nyaka and for we, what do you make of this kind of fine way where the ACC put them and for let parentarily know, let them know all are responsible. According to them, they say no meet the threshold for say na corruption. So nyaka and for we, sir.
We come back to the same thing where I said just now. Management skills and capacity. Except parentarily is blind, deaf, and dumb. But he was aware that his wife was working at Parliament. Yes. Except he was blind, deaf, and dumb. So you know being the see that can walk, you know you that they talk. But if you have a wife who you know, that wife they go work in your office. So God, once she eye they see him. Once he is the he go area we talk. So let them therefore take we like dummies. There's no excuse. If the woman admits wrongdoing, the man is aware. If the woman, anything we do meets the threshold of corruption, then the man is an accomplice. Because he is aware. And the other thing we're not clear upon the ACC the release, where I believe saying an issue will for take. Who employed Mrs. Tarawale? Was she employed by the Public Service Commission and sent to Parliament? Or was she employed by the husband without the knowledge of the Public Service Commission? That's a big
Well,
question mark that
well,
the ACC did not clarify.
let answer the second part. According to the ACC, the second
Mhm.
answer, the second question, the answer would be no. Because if the ACC be come out, then say na paran, na he employed the woman, then clearly they not for end up with this conclusion and say they not get sufficient evidence for Nelam. So the second answer go say, according to the ACC, not to Paran directly employ the woman. So
Yes, and
according
that
to the,
brings us
according
to
to the
a
ACC,
question I have also. Public service jobs are normally advertised. Was the job ever advertised? We have to see the advertisement. You don't reach that where people then left for stop for take the people of Sierra Leone as fools. Like I say, Sierra Leone is a corporate business where all the citizens are shareholder. It no matter whether the citizen is inside the country or outside the country. The government is the board of director and management team where they run the country on behalf of the shareholders. So therefore begin ask certain pertinent questions. When you have a company, the board of directors then get the mandate for come with the policy and maintain ethical standards. If they are not, at annual general meetings, every shareholder gets a right to ask the question. We don't reach now, so we again with general meetings them. Because you don't say well, board of directors and daily management team they work, we know they see results. So they ask now, was Mrs. Tarawali employed through an advertised position? If she was not, who employed her? And why was she employed to work in a position very close to her husband? Why not somebody else? And what is her qualification that meets that job advertisement? That notwithstanding, if she has admitted to having been employed and that she only worked for a few days and fell ill, then if you employ somebody who will not go through probation, not done probation for getting permanent employment, he fell ill, I think the best procedure, human resource procedure, now for employ somebody else. Why was she kept that long in the office? Every job get probationary period. And the limited time for probationary period is 90 days. Did she pass through probation and got permanent employment? Salola left for some of who they would think. Who left? When I know just the pass and pantap we hate them. We go begin ask questions. It is clear that there is something that has not been explained. And we see before this decision by the ACC, a meeting where been there on video, where all man seen on social media, People then go up now the president in lodge, then they go allow we want param when this issue came up. Did that influence the processes? If you ask me, I believe so. Then secondly, in as much as the president appoints the Clerk of Parliament, but it is stated in the Constitution that the appointment has to be done in consultation with the Public Service Commission. Was the Public Service Commission involved in any of these disciplinary actions? Because when you suspend somebody, the letter of suspension, if the person is employed with consultation from the Public Service Commission, we make him a public service official. Suspension, termination, and all those things has to be done in consultation with that office also. Was that procedure followed? Why did the anti-corruption commissioner had to run into taking action when the procedures of human resource management were not followed? These are very pertinent questions we should be asking. And I think it don't reach the same way. We get for tell some people in governance, say some of us are better fitted to be governors, but some tend not to wish for good day. Let them left for they do funny tricks. Enough is enough of these funny games. They go say the man in wealth employed, but the man not aware. And then through they working at the same office. Then the woman no work through probation for make he get permanent job, he fall sick, he travel. So all the money them be they pay on that time, now gift from the state. You use
And
taxpayers' money to give somebody a gift?
And in addition to that, before I bridge the main aspect, in addition to that, this man is the chief administrator of that particular institution, the chief administrator.
Yes,
So
yes.
as chief administrator, you get for know, particularly senior level that they employ. HR, you get new HR officer. In fact, now then any organization if we then get new employee, regardless of the level, they can either put them in a form of a memo or even bring the person around for introduce them and stuff like that. Did they do that?
Yeah, yeah.
Or even the junior employees, let alone you when are the chief administrator for like you know be aware. And but this
You can't
person,
work in a place you know where.
yeah, the person una they sleep awake every day. But let we give them the benefit of the doubt. Again, like I put them up for like una see the last part. Fambulem. Let we give parentarily the benefit of the doubt. But let we look at what in ACC say concerning Honorable Umar P. Tarawali. The investigation established that while he denies playing any role in his wife's employment, it is implausible that he was not aware of same. He therefore, so now this side I want for Lekuna underline fumble them. He therefore failed in his supervisory responsibility as clerk, albeit that the manner did not meet the prosecutorial threshold for an indictment to be preferred. So let we forget about the ACC say meet the threshold. But ACC make an clear na here, say he fail for do in duty. So that no go tell we about say this man incompetent. Mr. Jamboria. Again, to me, I dey look at the ACC the writing. Okay, I dey give them the benefit of the doubt where probably Grandma Sefna village where we dey follow the story to say, but IUF where una dey for them grab every day.
Uh,
They work na
you go
place
work in a
where you
place
na
you
the
not
overall
aware.
boss. Yes, where you na the overall boss of the people where they work there, meaning the chief administrator, and that person there by seniority for work under you. How that person there now you work for the following grab, if they work under you directly, you don't know say the employer. So again, as I say, that prosecutorial threshold and stuff, I will put in a corner. But for the fact say he exhibit incompetence, Mr. Jamboria, in God's name, waiting President Bill and come back for. Somebody where ACC,
President
where you go
Bill
say
asked
ACC
for,
passion.
did he ask for technical advice from the Public Service Commission? Or is it that because he's president, he's wiser than God? Some questions you have to ask. Somebody they work in a place, you get certain technical issues where they consider. And I think now the issues then they would ask them questions their own. Did he ask technical advice from the Public Service Commission? If yes, what was the conclusion of the Public Service Commission? Because the letter by the ACC is clear. It is impossible. That's clear. With one word, now we don't talk before say, except the man deaf, a dumb and blind. But it's impossible. Like you have the work in a place, you're not head of administration, you don't know say you have the work there. And you don't know how they employ them. If she was employed by the Public Service Commission, then you don't know, say the woman no work there long, he travel, he be they receive free salary. Well, you have go left travel, you don't know. Now na two they sleep na the same bed. Except if you tell we say na lie or na the lie pa, we say no na UF, not to UF. We have to stop this game. Deception and lies. Now don't lead we country to how we do so. It's not the highest level of deception. And it is unfortunate that the highest office is involved in this deception. It's very unfortunate. The highest office of a country has to be the office with the highest integrity and ethical standards. If the council law for involved with deceptive procedures, then we may have to ask, how efficient are our governors? Because efficiency, not a university degree, but your day-to-day exhibition of ethical and moral fortitude. When I say ethical and moral fortitude, is that when you know this is not right, you don't have to be told it is not right. Do it rightly or don't do it. Even if people are not watching, it is not right, don't do it. But with the audacity of people going to your house to clap and dance, then later we can't get this kind of decision, then you're undermining trust. And any state where they undermine trust, now state where they build conflict. If there is any conflict in Sierra Leone today, the president and others involved in such processes have to be held accountable. Because when you do that here, you they undermine trust. When you undermine trust, you they show say you government na exclusive institution. And government for be all-inclusive. All-inclusive meaning fair play at all times and at all levels. So that everybody in the country going to trust you and say, okay, we go work with this government. But when you know they do that, then the next day go team up on a platform, they bullet for bullet. Then who is responsible for that bullet for bullet? You. Let's create the situations. This parenterally issue, everything about it is illegal, Mr. Tarali. All the processes and procedures is illegal until we are given evidence that they followed the due processes. Everything about it is illegal. It's my own stance, and it's my own opinion from my experience.
Well, clearly, in this regard, I go say the ACC agree with you. Saying because they use that word say.
Yeah,
Like how you say pass. Yeah,
And one thing,
you put
sorry, one thing I see a connection between this decision by the ACC and the recent word of Tower. There is a connection. Maybe they are seeing the ACC as acting too high-handedly for their comfort. So now then for begin control. Now monkey game they play,
clearly,
dog eat dog.
I'm not sure why they get kind of a little bit of I don't know if I go say soft tension, but it come through like they get small tension. But the
Yeah,
ACC, for
yeah.
most parts, they do them bidding. So I don't know side the tension will come on. But in any case, let we take at least a call or two, and let we hear waiting the callers themselves get for say before we move on. VOS Network, hello caller, waiting on your name and who side they call we from, please.
Hello, I'm Lavalley. I call from Ohio.
Hello, Brother Lavalley. Thank you so much for your call. And waiting you take on the program tonight, sir. Go ahead, please.
Thank you so much for the topic we want to talk about. I just want to make a disclaimer here that a month ago, your guest calling to make mention, say, the government sent me. Don't for talk. I want to make a disclaimer here that I'm a citizen of Sierra Leone. I get right for comment and give me viewpoint if until bring evidence to validate that the government they send me, I own me right for comment, observe, give me opinion, any topic of discussion, not for classify me for any reason as government insider or partner at this platform for talk on the issues of the nation, what would you call Salone. I want to make that clear. Now, coming to the point where I want to talk about is this. Me as Sierra Leonean, I believe in rules, procedures, and processes. For once, if something is going on right, at the minimum, we forgive credence to those processes. Power is a leader, from all I know. If they implement by the law, by the rules, as directed by the Constitution, forgive them that credit 100%. Without no, we can criticize, or more we observe that is the role. Talking about the journalists, we talk about previous incident wherein they talk about they bring the same thing on the previous government. I want to ask a simple question: whether waiting Tawa they go through right now in the parliamentary committee, whether the previous incident they implement exactly what Tara they do right now with the audit report openly, where all journalists they come and report, we make that journalist make that report and make that comparison. So if in the previous the APC government at the time set a committee openly and review the report and say ACC not for make interfere at the procedure, then they're in place. But if that not happened in the past, now Tawade make sure say it happened this time. I think we have to give credit where credit is due, wherein it is open, everybody the observer and the process they go on right. And one thing I want to make sure so that if something they go on right now, the nation, make we able to appreciate not to everything bad for that country, not to everything where they go on bad in that nation. Something is going on efficient that is what not. And one thing. Second of all is the evidence where ACC talk about. I want to make sure say in the court of law they present evidence for me you convict. If that evidence not reach the threshold, I believe say I go and agree with ACC for no say. If it is not to the threshold, then they cannot prosecute Paran. And that I believe I the rule of law and the procedure.
Okay, we don't give plenty seconds. They are call we back and let we able but Mr. Jamboria, before you go to that call to waiting the caller say, let we give another caller a chance. And then I will bring you for let you respond to waiting the caller say. Caller, go ahead. VOS Network. Waiting on your name and inside the call from, please. What's up? Go ahead.
Good evening,
please.
Mr. Kargbo. This is Namans the talk.
Hello, brother Mans. Thank you so much for your call. And waiting on you take on the program tonight, sir. Go ahead, please.
You know, Mr. Jamboria gets one talk where he talks sometimes with Constitution gets some serious problem where in the breeding ground for most of the problems they will be seen as salon. You know, for let an audit report come out, they must don't do them findings, they write the management letter to whichever office they the audit, say, hey, now this and this we find out too. Can you please look into these things, the issues there so, and if now issue missing documentation like the presenter with a clarification and then kind of thing, and it must not happen now before the final reports they come on. You know, so and when the final reports come on, whatever they do, the auditor must don't double check. Now, I'm not sure exactly what in the Constitution say about the role of Parliament in taking action and that of the ACC. I don't know how they complement each other because, as a matter of fact, laws then supposed for they complement each other, not for they go against each other. Like how we the Deputy Speaker of Parliament talking. When at the same problem, Lamagana bring come. So this is my point. The Constitution, as long as we continue for reviewing Constitution then with politicians, they spearhead them, especially the sitting governments, at any particular point in time when they review Constitution, we go continue for get problem as salon. Because now when you look at the 2 or the 3 offices, then the Parliament, the Auditor General, and the Anti-Corruption, ideally, 2 of them supposed to be neutral, at least, or therefore be offices that way for all the one that we do in governance accountable. Parliaments are a group of politicians then, where we all know how Parliament settle. Always thing that they do for support the party, support the president within power at the moment. Now that's what they do. So how we go take their reports and we even at the hand with the sole rights for letting them decide waiting for happen with these reports or waiting not for happen or other for talk about them or other not for talk about them. So you see say the conflict of interest, I mean, it's just plain and simple there. It's just open there. So you don't able to get the actual effect what they look for or the actual impact where they report and delegates. Now, for the past 20 almost, when they see the parliament come out after reviewing audit report, that's if they even they do one because me no say the past governments and all they do one, how do they present and how they left. So whenever they come out and strong action, because most of them seen and they read the right inside the reports and they not so lie. For example, the 2020 report to say Mrs. Taylor Pierce, who said get this see anybody, including the parliament and come and say office of the president. Now fake this to agree or not to that. Because that's not the main issue where it gets. Who say a problem common. We don't see them. So for me, someone talk say, no, you don't get right for look up, you don't get right. To me, it just felt like say they just try for failure for whatever reports they present. There is stop na parliament and they will sit down and they will die all till done. That's not big problem. Until we do the constitution in such a way where then office our system, then give it enough power for work together. We will always get involved.
Thank you very much, Brother Mans. You timed on call me back. So, Mr. Jamboria, go ahead, please. From the first caller, I hope say you still remember.
I go begin with the recent caller.
Okay, go ahead. Sir.
Parliament constitutionally gets clear mandates and then gets committees that are prescribed by the constitution with them for form, then prescribe who for being members of those committees and how then they elect those committees. Of course, me and you say they not they follow the legal prescriptions all the time. Even to the one of electing a speaker, etc., we don't see what happen. You see, now therefore they put blame on constitution. Not only constitution wrong in Sierra Leone. Now the dishonesty of the people in governance now problem. And the other thing we make with constitution always they look like faulty. Now because they don't create that syndrome say anybody who not to lawyer not get the ability for interpret a legal document. So they make as if to say, even if you read the English correctly, you understand the meaning, something they will hide where you not sabi because you not a lawyer. We get to stop some of the things them what they do, they injure we country. As a matter of fact, if you ask me, with the powers we parliament get as the overall oversight of the state count, anti-corruption can only come in when parliament recommends that they have discovered acts of corruption. That has to be cleared. The people they understand that. But we don't see, may not know how they write the Anti-Corruption Act. We don't see overlaps in powers. And when they run a company, you get overlaps in powers, then they undermine the efficiency of management. This is exactly what is taking place now. Then the other side of we country issue, our politicians put in more of ego than administrative etiquettes in the management of the country. It is only in Sierra Leone that you will hear somebody talk about my administration. It's not your administration. You are an employed person to administer. It's not your administration. And if it's your administration, what about the other people working with you? Are they not part of the administration? We get a lot of things wrong with we social psychology, as they always point out, Mr. Kargbo. And I they bring we to the issues here of misunderstanding of what in the Constitution say. But the Constitution and I believe that applies in every country on earth, clearly gives Parliament the mandate for being the overseer of finance. And also, Parliament, if properly constituted, is the most supreme body in the land. Maybe in Sierra Leone it's not, because Parliament has subjected itself to financial brown envelopes from the executive. But if Parliament is independent, then it is the most supreme body, because the Parliament is what represents the owners of the land, the interest. Now, I make the Constitution clearly say in Chapter 2, sovereignty belongs to the people. It's clear. And that government must work in the interest of the people. You see, this is the first side. The second side is, the first speaker, they talk about this government creating committees. I want to get and clear say, these committees have always been there. They have always been there. Finance committee day, this committee day, that committee day, they have always been there. It's prescribed by law. Not with new institutions. And the law prescribes, say, when the Auditor General making reports, now Parliamentary they go submit unto. If he give copy to the president, now blind copy, now Parliamentary they go submit unto. Now Parliament get the power for discuss them. And when Parliament discuss them, now they get for ask the necessary questions, now they get for institute or ask for investigations, where after the investigations, then they now in the Anti-Corruption Commission get right to come in. That way, since after the war, Sierra Leone don't move from planet Earth to another planet. So we know they understand a lot of things where they run there again. Because some of we working as alone before the war. And we know how things been they run. And we know say the constitution where they now, the ordinances, the protocols and everything has changed very small. No much change not there. I worked in Sierra Leone from 1979 up to 1998. So I get enough experience with the administration of Sierra Leone. Not much has changed. But today they see people and they do things anyhow. Because today it's about who is in power's ego, not about the procedures and protocols. These committees have always been there since Jesus was a boy. From the day before we get independence, in fact, they be don't institute them committees then they. Any constitution would then get for make now, he get for allow them committees they for still exist. Because this is normal procedure. And it's applicable in every country on earth. America, when something they happen, now Parliament or Senate or whatever you call them, now then they go decide. Now then they investigate. Then recommendations, now they go to the Justice Department. Not so. Canada, the same thing. Even United Kingdom not get constitution, now the same procedure then they follow. So what is different about Sierra Leone? That people have to put their ego in the running of government. My government. It's not your government. The people are the governors. It's stated in chapter 2. You are there to manage the affairs on behalf of the people. And we need to begin to respect that from now on.
Well, again, making always giving the benefit of the doubt. So, for say my government, maybe they take full responsibility of waiting they go on as the head of the government. So, if they just say I'm normal for feed their ego, then they say I'm for take full responsibility, like how President Ruto na Kenya, where he say me na the president. So anything where they currently happen, I take full responsibility. And I they apologize. So now in words then that are just the kind of paraphrase. So he apologized to the public and say because in the president. So I can understand from the angle there. But not just say president or being at the administration for scare people them. But you not go say, oh, me administration, and then when it come for take full responsibility, you know they say anything. You want for blame
Yeah.
other people them. So you know they
Yeah.
get both. So for me, okay, if you say me administration, I'm okay with it. But when you say me administration, where you fail, you succeed or you fail, you need for take
Failure.
responsibility. Yes,
Yeah.
you need for take responsibility, not blame them on other person, not blame them on the opposition because you say now your administration. So me not a problem with that for let you say now your administration, but just take full responsibility of both the success and the failure. So again, that first caller, if I understand it correctly, the point we did for make saying the comparison during APC term in that say, well, the committee not be effective. So a warrant for let ACC step in. So you see how people in the interpret things. You say Naya Tawa correct. You make it clear. Say Tawa correct. The constitution give parliament the
Yeah.
mandate.
Yeah.
You say I'm clearly. But in the
Yeah. Yeah.
cherry pick for justify waiting SLPP be do in 2015. The parliamentarians them. Let me take a call and then we go move on to the main topic because we they go to 6:30 now. VOS
Hello, hard
Network.
for deal with.
VS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting a name inside the call with one, please. WhatsApp, go ahead.
Yes, good evening, Sakawo. This na for
Good evening.
Mustafa. I know we in a Leicester because I dey on holiday.
Okay.
But this
Thank you so much, brother.
the
Waiting
pro
are you take on
the
tonight,
program
sir?
the
Go ahead.
program you had for miss. So even while they travel, I they travel with them.
Oh,
So
glad for you either. Thank you.
yes, I dey want tell you thank you because of the courage what God give you. I mean, your calmness, even though the sometimes like the last Thursday was it last Thursday where you and
Yes.
brother therefore where you want make you get vexed. Well, if you don't get that experience back with the tell way anti Kadibi objects where you want ask question to Mohamed Bangura. This is the second time. And,
You must see me not mortal man, right?
yes.
I know perfect. You know,
Yeah,
me
yeah,
say
yeah.
get
Anyway,
me say get
yes.
vain.
The only problem what I guess with my brothers them, I wish them for don't they see things and say not all man believe in them party they are. Me, I wish them go one day believe in that. Say yes, there are people who talk from a central point of view, even if they get biases, as long as in the analysis they knock out I go on for let you take somebody like the way you present the idea. You know, even though I missed the program small, but if I don't learn from last week and what you the other brother say about Brother Francis Ben Kalfala, if na so they calling him right, he say what I just hear I really talk say he say they not meet a threshold for make corruption. Hey, my good brother, how you go see somebody wey in wealth? They not say in sister or I mean brother who they not live in the same house. In wealth, they go work some side, who side in the work. That woman dey, they go work, then they pay her money. The brother they believe say they say threshold not dey. This is money now. In money. Because we know they talk say let people don't support police cap, but how you go believe in that say within Ben Kafala talk, you know meet the threshold. Francis Ben Kafala go organize election we don't count alahala. He still a stand say he don't do the right thing. Now that kind of person they believe. He goes on side for go make election because I don't know who that send you. They say they nominate somebody, you overrule them, you run the election, you change the time, the other man is run a queue, na traffic, you organize election, you bypass all the other procedure them we for don't do make place. You make that election. You na corruption officer or anti-corruption officer. You do anything, then you can't tell me say you believe say that you know meet the threshold. Who say the woman, the money woman? How many woman they go work na me place? I don't know. Oh man, I go see I go see, oh man, oh madam, what you do now? Who I employ you? And as a matter of fact, the guy now the head of the administrative head of parliament. And then he will talk say that he will believe say that man they not meet the threshold. Now he just touch me but what me brother say for believing that things they say. This party business, now any control. Some of which the way they talk, they feel say we just the support because we support the other side. Me when they talk to now, I don't talk over and over. And it's Kuruma, it cannot Belgium, it's how I be Secretary General. I refuse for good day. Even me, I tell them say even the embassy I know they go there. Because the embassy they kind of organization them, then just they count to 500 people they can't eat with food, then they get nothing, they give me an envelope of 50 euro or 100 euro, they then go. I say no. Then people like they take money them for letting serve the salon. Then they do nothing for them. The president way get no direction where they can go the country. Now he come me, I waste me time, energy. I go see him. I know they go there. Believe me, I know go there. But people don't understand. If it's government, like where the other people like you talk say, oh, I talk say government only do the right thing. No, not all business. Government will employ them for let them do the right thing. Who they employ somebody when one go let do the wrong thing? Nobody know they employ somebody in a company. You see, let somebody can do wrong thing. There. Now the right thing for do. So when they talk, now they no more for Christian. Now they get the ignition sports. Now they get the money for the country. Now they spend them. One day they no go budget or program na parliament where they reject. It they go through. So at the end of the day, then they do what they want to, but not what the people they want. I don't know if the time don't pass. I know the watch time.
Yes. Yeah.
I know I did the
Um,
buzzer.
th-
So
oh, okay, because
yeah,
it be
sorry
low.
about that.
That,
I know I did the buzzer.
yeah. Okay. Well, let it.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay.
No,
Thank you. Thank you very much, Brother Mustafa. Call back if you get additional
no,
comments
no
from
problem,
me.
sir. Bye-bye.
God bless. So, Mr. Jamboria, just a quick one. If you get any reaction to Mr. To Brother Mustafa, and then let we go to the main topic before we run out of time.
I think I no need for waste time. It's almost the same thing where I don't say. So Lord no waste time. Lord go forward.
Okay. So, Fambul, them, the main topic we want to talk about, this is something we it get a lot for do with something we common. We again we don't plan before. But let we just remind you now from our analysis and Escoma threaten the time way it be the run way be opposition, it threaten the country in peace. At the paraphrase, if you not win the election, Salone no go get blow. It go unleash trouble at the country. And Escoma say am. I don't know if na that Tijan Kaba or the people that will organize the election afraid a win election. In 2018, President Bill is saying the way I input him is say if they rig the election, another war will come to that country there. If they rig the election. So waiting me understand from that comment there, meaning that if he not win, because not the only definition that of rigging, if he not win the election, Salone will go into another war. So now we don't get somebody where he say if 2028 he not win the presidential election, it go bring war na the country. Let her play for now the video. The reason we make her go from Koroma to Kaba, and now this man, Falona see the pattern. And I go tease Mr. Jamboria, who don't listen to this man in video, who don't watch in video, Because again, you go one for ask yourself if this man they follow a pattern because people they don't threaten the country, then become president. Or if they set them up because of maybe for distractory, or because something too over ambitious, or whatever it is, we go nyaka nyaka for now. But before we do that, I know say but Kofu not watch this video, but for the people that we not watch them, and for we will be don't watch them, for let we able watch them more than twice. So the side and we'll miss where we be watching previously, so until we go able for gain insight on the side and day. So now that make if you be don't even watch them, do you be patient enough, not a long video, watch them back, and we will come right back after this. Let we watch the video together and fumble them. The writing at the top, I go sort of cover them because that writing there, sometimes I go deceive una. We talk about APC the freed and stuff like that. But I know I'm for let it be the focus. Let the focus be on waiting with the So we will come right back after this video.
Now, opposition with it. Because we're going to 2028 election, APC they get for bloody. Now bloodshed. Because they don't say the lost that election, the party don't do. So the only two way go make we win that election and first we get mine. This is why APC me they don't let me business so. Me APC don't let me business at all. They don't go attack me Falaba, they don't know how I come inside. I come on Falaba, they say no can go Kamakwe na the walls. We go Kamakwe. I attend 2 programs then they don't know how to survive Komode. I go Kamalu, they don't know how to do it. The Parliament chief in fact hand over the entire Kamalu tongue give me. Take it then I get her. I this is samurai pass. Because honestly, by tradition, the Parliament chief hand over the tongue give me, say that you own. So by right, I want to come out for the day with me with the passport. We go Makeni, I don't know how to survive. But every time I always beat people their expectation. Do ya not say things are very difficult for everybody. But we need to exercise patience. The president, when I know say that person is slow but sure, not so. But at times I can understand because if you mean the position are there, so not to everything you're able for no. You ever get your brothers the way will remind you. Then this man I yesterday net to remind me, I don't forget him. Now I tell him say so well. We will come, we show respect. The presence is more key. Now I tell him I say right now I don't get money. I said but we will come to bad rest with $200. We will cry. For demonstrate say now we person die and for demonstrate say now person who self be get respect for. Because when person die, the people that way they go, they need to know the kind of person will be. So to me that they very key. So I want to exercise patience. Yana Beru Kampa. Walk up for politics so that believing say come on and do. I say this. And me at the same I don't talk on a US embassy. If I not be president 2028, I bring serious war at this country. No, I'm being very serious. I know the idea. If I not get I bring war at this country where the worst past the one anybody be no experience. I say it anywhere. Because I'm well prepared for it. We well budget for it. For bring war now about $3.3 million. It starts by my shakati. No, I'm being very serious. So, no, what you make with the same message to people, let people know how serious we are. We're not going to 2028 election for law who lost out. And when I put to yesterday at the ground, there are people also in the SLP when I go to ask senior military. So the only person with the army in this country get respect for inside SLP army. Because of the mind. We also demand and SF need protection also. Any protection. So this thing not to town hall business, not to textbook. The politics now they play now will not be the people and I wanna get on a mind. If you don't get mind, go sit down, make you watch it. The one that we get married, they can't join with people that go for die in the process. The one that we got mark. I'm a man, no one here for that.
So, Mr. Jamboria, what do you make of this before I bring another video we instead be very troubling for like people to watch. But before before you say anything, I just want for like people to know say this man, the police don't pull press release, so they don't arrest him because it's nice for law give people them the update. So the police don't arrest him for where he said anything in the threat, and SLPP party don't condemn the thing where he say, then pull out a press statement, and then the PPRC, where now the political parties regulation commission, then said don't condemn what he say, and then another body where now basically the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion, then self strongly condemn what he say. So I want to let you really walk with through what you think and why the swift, because all them people here will condemn so, not just something we usual for let they all condemn within the short period, within days of where this man say this thing. So come in and help we waiting why this be unusual. Like how I be say, President Koroma, they talk about if he not win, he go bring katakata na the country. President Bio, the Terry BB candidate, he say if Salone they rogue the election, we go into another war. And we know clearly say, according to the both national and international observers, them the 2023 they make it clear say they rig the election. But yet I don't feel anybody go dare say war go Canada country there. So this one now, as much as I go say, I'm glad the way the police step in and will they yell them here, but what make them different from Koma and Bio, and I go play another one where clearly go along that line there. So break them down for we, let we understand waiting probably we're not able to understand, sir.
So I did make a comment on this. I want to ask, where was this video recorded in Sierra Leone? What
That's
part of Sierra Leone?
a very good question, but I strongly believe saying from the south. I will go through the press release and see if they make mention of that, because I believe say the press release from particularly the police for able give indication as to Usai the maker. And it's saying mostly now waiting the man say the video where they make around on social media, because apparently he attend funeral from the video of somebody who die, and from the video also they come through say now on behalf of President Bill a go to this funeral, because it's like a bring message from the president according to the video. So, but where are they look at the statements now? Yeah, it just continuously they emphasize on the video where they make round on social media and the suspect.
Shalom, people.
So again, a very good point where you make, where the police supposed for Giwi more or better information as to who say happen, waiting at the occasion, but instead then save video they make around on social media. Now they only reference that, and that they show how much we police themselves get a lot for do. So for answer your question, well, look at the police press release and not give any indication as to who say this happened. Instead, then just talk about social media.
Social media don't turn location now.
and it kind of
Mr. Kargbo, Sierra Leone is a film. You know what you make ask that question? From the way the man they talk, you gonna say the first and foremost, he is not a warlike somebody. But he is making a statement to feed the normal fear within they employ on with people them. As a matter of fact, to say $3 million to start a war, that's a bogus statement. Anybody will know what it cost for equip a war machine. You gonna say that $3 million a bogus statement. You need far more than that. Bullets alone, if you know the cost per bullet, that number of bullets we need for start a war, that 3 million not do for them. You see, there is a game of deception that Sierra Leoneans need to see through. And every game of deception, they take we towards something. Listen to the man talk. He has been handed over power in Kamalu by the paramount chief. How true is that statement? Samura Kamara for the worker with them. So now they want to create a situation to associate. It's an associative statement. Inferences will be drawn. It's all linked to this tripartite issue. It's all linked to this judge without jury issue. I told you the last time that something is coming. Some of we fool us. Not look for say publicly, but I've worked in the highest office in Sierra Leone, and the job where I've been they do they involve a lot of intelligence work. When you come with statements, they read through you. This guy was sent to create an atmosphere, a scenario. And the swiftness of response, it therefore lead me to a next stage. You will tell me back. Other arrests will be made. Except maybe we don't talk now, then go shame. So it's something geared towards something. And all of it is geared towards one thing in Sierra Leone. Changing the constitution to create a scenario for 2028. So anybody who then feels say possibly now somebody for contend with, they create these fake situations for make if people like say this is true, then now the law take action. Who left this thing as alone bo? Left him. What's the man talking about war? What's the man talking about him running for presidency? Is Sierra Leone so cheap that any Jack and Tom can run for presidency? And what is his role in the SLPP? It's something that has not been clarified. Here's a man going to attend a funeral saying this was a reminder from one of his supporters or one of his Chimande and the Waka, so they not get nothing. He count 2 bag rice and $100. But still they talk say we don't prepare for that, we get $3 million. Don't you see a contradiction? Then they use fear and intimidation for people left. Now I make ask say, who side and make this statement? Which part of Sierra Leone? And as far as listen to the background, those people in the background are not Southerners. They are not. Everybody they talk Creole as alone, but every region gets accent. So stop this game na Sierra Leone now. Please, for the sake of peace. It's a game. When you listen the tape, you analyze them. Now, one of them tape and they feed into social media for justify certain actions. Just like that statement the last time where they claim say na APC they own tripartite committee recommendation. I tell you, see, that language high-handed. I see through these things. I see through them. And it's not a game that will take us forward. Government is run on trust. But if every day they go out for create distrust and mistrust, then government cannot run, because government is not a political party. A political party may be leading the government, but government is everybody involved in the country. Whether the person is resident in or out of the country, as long as the person is citizen. Now I make I use that analogy, say, a government is a corporate business, an unlimited liability company where every citizen is shareholder. Government is not the political party in power. And a government cannot function if other side of the company not they operate. Imagine you have a company, but the shareholders they not agree with what they happen. Then go take the shares from you. Then go demand the money. The company they collapse. The same thing they see they happen so. Creating situations for conflict, you dey make other people and feel say yes, we not a part of this thing. So even the participation, they get am. And for make an economy run, everybody therefore feel say them belong for participate in the production, the creation of the wealth of the nation and the distribution of the wealth of the nation. I think it's high time we begin to say some of these things. Yes, he has been arrested. Every institution they make comment now. Now there is efficiency. We hope this efficiency will continue. Otherwise, now the game of Alpha Chenenko. I don't know if you know that story. Alpha Chenenko, now the rat way be say they go Mecca. Then the cat, will be say they go Mecca. All the rats them, then contribute for paying passage. After Alpha Chenenko come on Mecca, the senior wife of the chief of the Arata, they say, may I not believe. So he make whole. He said, yes, this man gets like me escape route. And the first Friday, they say, Lord, go pray with the Elijah who don't come. When they go pray, and he tell them to, if they watch, so they watch. So they are tell them, now this is so that salon. Now, Alpha Chenenko tactics that they use power. The deception and lies is so blatant. Who is Kadiru Kai to make that statement if he does not believe he has protection and backing from somewhere? Who is he? An ordinary hustler hanging around politicians? See the man, a hustler, you see. So I pull $3 million. Now we ask, whose business did they do? We get $3 million for go start a war. With $3 million, not able to buy enough bullet for run a war. This thing, you can fool the people some of the time, but you cannot fool them all the time. We try now for Sidom and talk, say, how can we take this place forward? So how can we ensure that it is only us in power? This thing where politicians can get for known as Sierra Leone. I don't care whether na APC or SLPP or whatever. That mentality of it is our turn. They know the damage where they cause to the country. When you don't have an inclusive government, it's exclusive. It creates so much damage that the generation where they exist within that period, you destroy them psychologically and maybe even economically. Because if children are going to school and you are selective about which parts of the country to have equipped schools, the one they go school will not get equipped schools, they are damaged goods. Therefore, try correct a lot of things now in country. So God hates we, now we hate we self. Because we know they think straight. We left them games here. If we don't say election not correct, they don't come, they don't make tripartite, let we implement them and move forward. But let us not begin create other Engande tactics for make things go bad because we don't want to implement certain things. Just stop this, please. Sierra Leone is bigger than each and every one of us.
Well, interestingly, Mr. Jamboria, I don't know how true this be. Somebody say na Bill in campaign manager 2023. So if na true, say na in campaign manager for 2023, that means na senior boss in the SLPP. Again,
He is
I
senior
say
to
if
you, not the SLPP. He was his
well,
campaign manager. Was he
okay.
elected by the SLPP to act in that capacity? And does that give him right to go and create fear mongering?
Well, that the point where they make now, I understand correctly, but the point where they make now is for draw the connection with the president. So meaning that this being a go day, and according to the video, a go day on behalf of the president because it's like you bring message from the president. But look, wait, let me just quickly show within SLPP the party itself. They're not even because the news say senior. Where you look now, then talk about SLPP pausing, and then when you read the actual report itself, then talk about senior SLPP politician. But the party say as a political party, the SLPP is committed to working very hard to deliver on the manifesto of the party and ensure that Sierra Leoneans will give us their mandate in 2028 through the ballot box to continue the legacy of President Julius Maada Bio. Comments from individuals like Mr. Kadiu Kaikai should have no place within our politics as a nation. In this regard, now this side I want to let people they sort of pay attention. In this regard, the leadership of the Sierra Leone People's Party has resolved to suspend the membership of Mr. Kadiu Kaikai with immediate effect, pending the outcome of the outcome of disciplinary hearing for further action. By this release, all party executives in the Republic of Sierra Leone are advised to disassociate themselves from Mr. Kadiru Kaikai and all his activities. Any attempt by Mr. Kadiru Kaikai to use the name of our party and make a statement in any public forum will be met with very serious legal actions. Again, then put an Alex say an ordinary individual. So, but this person they say, because clearly, an SLPP member, according to the press release, so they
Mr.
recognize in a
Kargbo.
member of the SLPP and a manager of the just concluded campaign. Not a small position that one day though, as a campaign manager, that in a huge position. So yes, sir. Go
Mr.
ahead.
Kargbo,
Yes, sir.
have you ever seen the poem written by Dorothy Nolta? Children learn what they live.
I don't hear about time. Yes.
He cannot behave past what he meet him, papa and mama they do now. So if Kai they go talk about bring war, he meets him party then inside the SLPP they do. Let them live. If they want us to point, we'll point at the party. It's at the party. There are evidences to show that the SLPP has always been a party to create instability. But that's not the issue here. The issue here is from what he said and how he said it, and given the circumstances where he said them, now intimidatory statement geared towards achieving a purpose or a motive that we are yet to see. Because how can you, an SLPP member, go to a gathering, they go talk how they don't give you mandate and right, now a chiefdom of a contending presidential candidate will get issue with your party. What do they take Samoa Kamara for? Errand boy? Even the APC get right for Sudaman to court for that statement. If the APC is a serious party, they get right for Sudan to court.
And even the chief self, because the chief self can be like yeah, for hand over the entire.
To create discontent between the chief and Samura.
Yeah, exactly. You know, say the chief hand over the entire place, give me and stuff. Yeah, and as a matter of fact, somebody self say yes. The manager, the campaign manager for the 2023 election for Bill. So, but before we take the call, I just want to let people know say this now something like a pattern. Let we play another short video of somebody we make it clear. Say if Biono wins second term, it make a sign when me and you two go know what in that sign they mean. So let we show that video there. Because you know this now make us say the swift response to me is unusual. Now good thing, but it's unusual. But good things them similar in gravity or seriousness. They don't say in our social media, but we not see this swift response by multiple areas. Then.
Because if like no response in most cases.
Yes, exactly. And let we play this one, and we'll take the call and wrap up, please.
Now the country chairman.
Yes.
And the country chairman. The success chairman.
Correct.
The finance.
Correct.
Celebrity chairman.
Anybody say no one mother be secretary? Listen. Anybody say no one mother be secretary?
The success chairman. The progress chairman.
Yes.
Now the chairman is.
Anybody say you know what mother be going second term?
Yeah, chairman. Yeah, chairman. Now talk and do. Sexy chairman. Sexy yes.
So this it be there on social media and saying if they not allow President Bill for go second term, and we all know some of them even say we'll go kill him. But you know, use the word we'll go kill him, but in just make the sign, and we all know it's in that sign day. So no condemnation from what I understand. No condemnation, this big go viral. And you get again 2028 campaign. Another audio be go viral where that video say that audio they say if President Bill not win, fall self no go survive na salon. So like all that thing in the police and so waiting different in terms of this one. Now the start to a good practice where me go definitely applaud, or now set up for show we say okay well like how you say no more and get another plan, or for tell we say well they act now, or even SLPP post himself they arrest them for careless talk. Now that did they try for tell we, or there is more to it than that?
I get a third one where you know mention.
All right,
now
go ahead, please.
Everybody they receive anointing, so they don't get anointing. to do what is right. Now they are more efficient.
Yeah,
This is
so
just a
again,
big joke. It's just a big joke, Mr. Kargbo. It's just a big joke. It's insulting at times when people think they can do anything and get away with it. We don't see a whole minister of government. They talk say anybody who challenge them, they go wait before. We don't see this other one from Kono. We don't see even the head of state go team up on a podium say bullet for bullet. All these institutions never came out with a statement. I would not expect the police to come out with a statement. But if the PPRC was independent, if the Peace Commission, as they call her independent, was independent, they should have come up with a cautionary statement.
yes, yes.
But this make them not want some of winners alone. Because if we did it, they not go get their way. Evil, they thrive on fear. So it's fear mongering they are doing. And added to that, there is an ulterior motive geared towards the 2028. We don't even know. Maybe the whole plot itself is to be from within the SLPP for silence certain members of the SLPP who then feel say go be strong contenders. Time will prove that. Time will prove that. Because now not look and say everything what then they do now against the APC. Maybe the APC is no longer in their radar because the APC is now a dysfunctional party. So who knows? Maybe this is one way they are going to begin to eliminate contenders in the SLPP who may want to run for the 2028. When you deal with criminals, you have to think like them before you can understand what they are up to. If you cannot think like a criminal, you'll never be able to control them. Now, I make even the police force. If you read the history of the formation of the police force, it started in Marseille, in France. And who were the first members of the police force? Now, known criminals. Now, then they be recruits. Because it is only when you have experienced something or lived something that you can understand it.
All right. Well, let me take the last call for tonight, and then I go and let you make a comment on. I mean, let you go talk on the comments on the screen. Again, we not very firm by this person, but we just want for point to some disturbing kind of revelation or sort of development way surrounding this particular man, where apparently I was saying that the most senior person now the campaign trail, because as a campaign manager, you know the most senior person at the campaign trail. But let me take this call. We will be last call for tonight, and then we will come for manager. You know the most senior person at the campaign trail. Caller, you want to reduce the volume that you set, please?
Yeah, I don't do that.
Wonderful.
How would I do?
Thank you very much, caller. What's your name and who side they call from, please?
This is Atia Follow. I just weak for joining the program. And luckily, I'm here for being the last caller.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that, Tier 4. Go ahead, please. Waiting a comment on the program tonight.
The other guy make you reckless, but the way we look at me different from the way other people they look at. You know, Sierra Leone is naturally in left of blow. We call an American a blow hard. Man just want for making self important. Then they go make statement the way. You know, say how that man will able to bring one of Sierra Leone. You know, it's just to try for impressing people the way go cry berry too. You understand? They ask her for money, say no get money, we give 3 bags and $100. One thing we'll get for avoid that our country they gives by association. Just because this person belong to this organization and make it a reckless statement, not make a blanket. You know, then like that man will make that sign a corner. Now look, that no means that we the people they way around. But they try for impress a woman they way around. You see they all been they drink alcohol, they all chuck.
So most of it will be talking about Chapman talk. But we're not for engaging guilt by association. Because by that logically, that coup will be recently in Sierra Leone, where they tried them people in this so. Now almost 99% Northerners. Can I use that now for painting Northerners say they are people who always want to destabilize the country? You know, Lord deal with people and actions individually. It is true the man like a big, very important card carrying SLPP member. If I applaud the party right now, the action we don't take. And I only hope say that this kind of trend will continue on both parties. You understand? Eh? If you're a member of the APC party, make a reckless statement, the party will come out hard on you. The same thing if you're a PDP, SLPP. Me, I'm glad for the action where SLPP takes. So because usually, they gonna say this, people in the make statement who knows it's very, very, very bad for national peace. Then the left eye just fly. Both parties, not just only this SLPP, APC party member, they make reckless statement. In fact, there's a video going right now, around now, where they counter this. Where some Sumana they give a report say there was a time where a group of northern politicians and from Kambia and Putloko go advice and it's what you do something not correct for take it easy. Now, according to some, there's a video. We have to search for an Augustin. Tell and say, for a mistake, it's anyone for a mistake. According to some, saying, unless I end the talk so, I will kill you, I bury you, I drink champagne by your grave. People just talk. People enjoy the make big statement and for scare people off. You understand? I don't know what is Sam talk about that video if it is true, but that is what Sam is saying. You know, the history of politics in Sierra Leone is very violent. Mr. Jallo will tell you that one day. He will know that one day because they don't engage in politics for a very long time. You know the history in depth. Salone politics always violent, and because it's violent, people they already use violent language either for scare the other people or for intimidate the opponent. And that's what don't do. People just talk, and naturally Salone like big talk. Who not believe that man they will get 3.5 million? And we say the people in my Chicago who sit down, they allow that man to start war. Would I believe that? How is that possible? How one man they start war safe? Then the rubbish they talk said the whole soldier man in the country and afraid. Who believes that? So you're a civilian. The fault of the soldier that go free. You know, I tell thank you for that time.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Brother Tiafo. Unfortunately, for the people that weighed in at the other line, let this be the last caller so don't pass the 2-hour mark. Mr. Jamboria, if you cable comment on waiting the caller just say, and waiting also this person posting at the screen, and then let we just wrap up. Waiting will be your final advice to Sierra Leoneans them, and we will wrap up. Thank you, sir.
I think, Mr. Tiafoe take a very neutral stance, and I believe what he says is correct. Not everything where people and they talk with or listen to, but there are certain things where you get for look beyond what you see, for understand what's in the gun. Kadiu Kai was campaign manager for Julius Madabio. If he go make such a statement, he believes he gets some backing. Otherwise, you know, people get the guts for go even talk that. But as I say, it's $3 million to run a war. The guy does not even know what he's talking about. So maybe he was staged to go and say it for creates another situation. But now we left him until the police do all the investigation and the big when they do the investigation, let them tell me the location where the man make the statement. Because that is very important.
Absolutely. And it bring me to the comment na the screen where the person say he recently visits a town in southeast he referred to as the home of Kamajos and also made cash and other donations to the group he was meeting with. So this guy, as a matter of fact, yes, whether not rhetoric or stuff, but it come through like somebody were very dangerous. So we really not need for push aside and say like how we brothers here for say na boku talk no more. A possible say not to boku talk no more. Yes, the magnitude of the way we see them, 3.3 million not going off. But 3.3 million is sufficient for destabilize that country there. Because tell me to the youth them, look how much the politicians then can give them. Like the last term APC, we understand say now just t-shirts, that's 2018. T-shirt with 20,000 leos. APC, SLPP, similar something. Say I think 50,000 leons according to the social media report. JJ Safabi they give them and stuff. So when you look at that kind of money there and the exchange rate and stuff, yes, you go give boku youth them we able to destabilize that country there. So let we not minimize that
Go create
amount.
riots.
Sorry, sir.
Then go create riots, but they cannot run a war.
No, but then go
That 19
destabilize.
that war where we been getting at Sierra Leone.
Yes, sir.
The budget of that war was almost 100 times the normal budget where Sierra Leone they run on now. And I will tell you, say, most of them, but the war weapons and things like that would have been supplied the country at that time. The country is still paying for them, but they are not telling us. That's why executive outcome was giving Kono to mine, then come in a company name Branch Energy. Some of
I
us
get
know
you.
these things.
I get your point, Mr. Jamboria. But again, war they thrive, usai people and bitter. You get
Yes,
plenty
but
disgruntled people.
the fact are the
But
cancer.
that, in my opinion, for the Sankoibu will succeed. Because you get Boku youth, they will be disgruntled. So again, for starters, even in my
Let no open a can of worms now, I beg.
okay,
Fodes
but
Sanko was
the
just
point,
Fodes Sanko was just a functionary in the war.
okay.
All the people that were responsible for the war went scot-free, and some of them are even now in governance. Mr. Kargbo, it's peace reign in Sierra Leone.
Okay. Well, in any case,
Don't open a can of worms. But what you had to say,
yes.
nothing about youth's involvement. Now riots then they cause 1, 2, 3 days, then go Stony and broke this. Police go come and fire tear gas, then fire bullets, 2, 3 die. That will be the end of it. But a war is a sustained attack by all sides. And it's not run by $3 million. That's a fact we have to accept. You see, then they thrive on fear. Whoever they make them statements here, they thrive on fear. The Salomon one go heaven, but they no one die. So anybody who can't talk about war and death, then they put them under control, they don't afraid. But in actual fact, the cost of running a war, not even $30 million is enough. Honestly. They can't talk about 3 million.
Anyway, let me not go through the numbers then they because then they go let them know invite me for incitement.
Invite me. Because I worked at State House during the war. I worked in the public relations office of the Republic of Sierra Leone. I know what must the government been they spend. Not on Nancy story at the pool. Not on
Okay.
Nancy
Well,
story.
okay.
Why make
Me
I
non
say
me
say no, not open a can of worms? The truth shall be known in Sierra Leone at some point in time. But now we stop this game of deception now. Enough is enough of it. Please, for the sake of peace, let our country go before.
All right. Well,
Ramble
waiting a final word to
this statement where this person make, I no one comment on them. What in do
Okay.
na hearsay. Na hearsay. I know they say
Okay.
wrong, but na hearsay. And the other fact is the home of Kamajors in Sierra Leone, not to one place. As a matter of fact, Kamajor started by Dr. Alpha Lavali, started in Kenema. Whatever happened, at some point in time, Dr. Alpha Lavali met his death at Mano Junction. From there, we see the Kamajor take a different dimension. But the original aim of the Kamajor was to assist the Sierra Leone army, show them bush paths, etc. Now left them here now. Let's put them in the past. We cannot be living in the past all along. Some of us will write a book, but we'll let peace come first in Salone. When peace come, go write a book, people will know what is what, who was involved, and how. Sierra Leone belongs to every Sierra Leonean. And let us begin to think that way from now on. We end on this, sir.
Well, a sort of don't be a great time. We basically don't come to the end of the program tonight, Fambulem, and we want to tell una boku boku thank you for we una join we. And by God's grace, we sister Matilda will day naya next week. Otherwise, we will try for feeling back for because the things the way they go on at that country, they're very important for let we say Rob Mott. But by God's grace, tomorrow we will encourage una for let una join Mr. Shilon, and we don't know if Mr. Jamboria go too tired, but una not surprised if una see him back. And hopefully then we'll continue with this because this is something we're very important. And Mr. Shilon, with all the legal issues the way they go on at the country, I believe say he gets the expertise we ain't go able for throw more light compared to waiting I be analyzed on Thursday. So I go encourage you now follow now stay tuned tomorrow. 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and Salone time will be 7 o'clock and UK time will be 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. And Mr. Jamboria in time will be 9 p.m. So Fambulem will don't come again to the end of tonight program. We in our Salone Issues and we see boku people watch we from YouTube and one for say boku thank you to una all. And all the other platform they wanna watch we from one for tell una plenty thank you. So we get a poll where we will continue with na YouTube where we go ask the question if una feel say this arrest where they arrest this man and given that na in party and the party disassociate themselves from him, if now the beginning of stabilizing Sierra Leone, particularly when it comes to the political tension and political violence in general in the country. Because for me, a very good start, I must say. But if then do as a bit or as set up, be in the interest of the country, then in a secondary issue. But from what we know from the PATAP, okay, because we know say politicians them everywhere, they're very complex and they're very manipulating, they're very deceitful, not to just Salone no more. So now it make me they go with waiting the PATAP. So waiting the PATAP, I think in a very, very welcoming approach and it go nice for let we see I'm going forward, like how Mr. Jamboria say, like all the things that we don't say, even the president's line bullet for bullet, we go expect that peace commission for like themselves they listen to the rhetoric then they and condemn them instantly. Like let them not even wait safe, let them not delay. If they hear today, if they get the possibility, let them condemn them the same day or the following day. So Fambulem again, I have to tell Mr. Jamboria, as I always say, it gets wealth of knowledge where we dey learn a lot from him. And when I always call or have to say Boku Tenki, let God bless una always on our family, let God direct to politicians them, and above all, the country where me and you two call home. We na Mama Salone, let God bless Mama Salone. So on behalf of Matilda, me na Abdul Karim Kargbo, and on behalf of Mr. Jamboria, I will say we I short of words, but
Your lineman. Now the senior lineman.
I want to say we live in a encyclopedia, but probably now they will be too much. But again, it get wealth of knowledge. We all
It's
learn.
too much. It's too much.
Yeah. But again, in position as social scientist, and rightfully so, and a regular contributor to VOS, for like we they bring to una we own take as to how we think of issues them. So until tomorrow, we believe so una go join Mr. Shillon and probably Mr. Jamboria. Again, me na Abdul Karim Kargbo. They say una thank you, let God bless Salone and una tata.
Kushna Salone, but we life
that is survive, yeah now. What's if they do, but we bother them, they deny. Push on the health, now them body just they try. So foot now them body they and now they just they cry. Now we bother them foot so they swell, now why? I don't know if now the chemical or what's in them they put. Best now for avoid them, nothing but the suit. Other food and they for it, come up be young kush. We still bring this message so you do work for you. On the me,
every day we they lost it, man, their life. Because of push, yeah. Papa government, NGOs not come so we aim, yeah. You way they import push, you know like Salone, no. And we value we like Dr. Isaac.
me brother don't